And here we go. I mean, I say one bag, but there's a couple of things there, that's not too bad. Let's get this loaded up. This, by the way, 50 pence out of IKEA. Perfect. Get all the goodies in here. Never know when you're going to need power somewhere else, so extension lead I must. And obviously the absolute powerhouse. Everything ready to go. It is the first official wedding of the year, and I mean obviously it's July right now, so it may sound like, oh well, it's only the first one of the year, but to be honest, I never really pushed hard with weddings. I kind of just let them come to me as they did. Obviously at the start of the year I've done a couple of wedding shows, and that really kick-started a lot of things for me. Doing the SEC Scottish wedding show, which was the biggest one in Scotland. I mean, it was great turnout and amazing response from everyone. And then following up with that, I went to the Con Exchange, or what is the O2 Academy. I'd done another one there. Again, good response from people, and since then, I think at the start of, no, sorry, the end of last year, before I'd done any of those wedding shows, I had 3 weddings booked. From then till, well, from now till whenever, sorry, last year till now, and I think there was only 3 booked in, and that was just because I left it. After doing those wedding shows and kind of promoting myself a bit more, just from them alone, I changed that number from 3 to 17, and with that, this being one of them, because obviously it's this year, a lot of them are all next year, so it's been good getting my name out there really in terms of the wedding side of things. I never really thought it would be, it's not that I didn't want to be a wedding filmer or filmmaker. I love doing it. It's a great day, getting to meet loads of different people, and that's one of the things I love most, is just meeting new people, interacting with them, and then having the opportunity to have an impact on what is their special day. Usually I don't just film weddings, I film all sorts of things, whether that be events, fight shows, promos, anything at all that falls under the bracket of having a camera in my hand. I'm on top of it. So having a direct impact with someone through filming a wedding is like the reactions I've had before from other people that have watched any of my stuff. When people say I was crying, or my mum's in absolute bits, or you made my dad cry, or something like that, kind of makes me think, oh, maybe what I do is, it does have a bit of an impression on people, and I think that is one of the big kind of things for me, that I can have an impact on someone like that just through my camera, which obviously I love doing, is filming people. Well, not just filming people, but filming in general. So yeah, a little bit of a background as to how we got to this day. It's Aimee and Adam. We're going to be going to the Norton House, just outside of Edinburgh. And the funny thing is, it's right across from the airport almost. So obviously we're flying a drone to try and get those establishing shots or anything that's related to the drone. It can be quite teething in regards to the restrictions that are in place. I think a lot of it I'll have I've given obviously the fly ID and operator ID to the venue, so I don't know if they followed on to air traffic control or anything like that, because obviously it is well within the flight path and planes landing relatively close. So yeah, that's, I mean, if it's going to be a headache, then probably just leave it. Don't need a drone all the time. I'm on my way to go and pick up my mate Liam, who comes along to give me a hand with some of these, purely on the basis of like setting up BCam and operating what is probably one of the biggest things that a lot of people are actually booking their weddings for me. Is something that I'm calling the dad cam. Now, the name's a work in progress. It's not set in stone yet, but essentially what it is I've got a mini DV handycam from the early 2000s, I think it is, and basically what it is I offer couples, along with their final polished video, a home movie style video. So it's like almost like the kind of tapes you would find under, well, not underneath anyone's bed. That's for a different day. The type of things you'd find in like your mum and dad's house that you go look through. It's either like a holiday or someone's wedding, which a lot of the time they are, and it's always like your typical dad filming and doing hard crashing zooms on everyone, be like, there's our Jean, there, boom, in close. So I'll insert some little kind of teaser of what it's like.
Do you want your You're going to have a red lip too.
Alright Sarah, what's happening?
So you get the idea of it, and I mean, people love it. When I started to showcase it to people, when I was explaining it to them, they had no clue as to what I was really talking about, and it wasn't until they physically seen it on the screen they were like, that's amazing. And I was like, oh, maybe people do like it. So this is the route we're going down, with the style of wedding videos that I make. I incorporate that into my full kind of feature. So it's like a separate one little video as well that they can add on. But if not, I usually include it in like highlight reels and teasers and stuff. But it's great. Had it for years and thought, you know what, let's take it to a wedding, and here we go. You spend $3 grand on a camera, and then obviously, along with everything else, and people rave for a camera that's from the 2000s that really only cost me like 70 quid. So, aye. When I say a little about Liam coming to give me a hand, he kind of first approached just asking, look, do you need a hand with any of this? And I was more than happy, but yeah, if you want to come along and help me out, I'd be more than grateful for it. And to be honest, it is a lifesaver in some situations. However, obviously with the new gear and stuff I've got from obviously the last few that I've done, I don't think it's going to be more of a headache. It's more of when it comes to venues that are like a further distance away from the bride and groom or the couple, for instance. It might be a mad dash to hurry up and get stuff set up, so that can be a bit of a headache sometimes. So that kind of alleviates that, where he can be setting up the B-cam and I'm literally getting everything rolling and I'm capturing what needs to be caught before obviously I need to go and do what I need to do. Yep, going for the absolute sweatiest drink imaginable, but... So here's something quite funny and ironic. Only a few months ago I was actually working for Open Reach, but I quit my full-time job and pursued doing exactly this. So that's a bit of a full circle kind of moment. Right there, I'm going to do my first wedding after leaving, and I've got a man next to me that's who I used to work for, or my ex-employer. Life has got a funny way of telling you you're doing the right thing. So yeah, you're probably wondering, all of a sudden, oh Perry, you're vlogging, what's going on here? It's something I've tried to, or wanted to do for some amount of time now, purely just to give everyone a kind of insight as to like my freelancing ways of what I go about doing day to day. Well, not so much day, well, I say day to day. This is the first time I've ever put a camera in front of my face and started talking to it, ever. I mean, I've been on YouTube almost since day one. I think it's like, been on it for like 16 years or something like that, and I've very rarely ever put myself in front of a camera. So, here's my first attempt at doing so and talking to a camera right now. I plan on trying to make these a bit more frequent, so, and to be honest, I'm not really going to try and put so loads of effort in it, like a nice polished, fancy edited kind of thing. It's really, you get it as it is, and I mean if there is one that is like that, then you know that I've obviously had a bit more time to set things up and make it look nice and do whatever. This is purely straight off, well right now I'm filming off my phone, and again for that type of thing I've got endless different types of cameras, so who knows, I might film it on an action camera, I might film it on a 360 camera next time to totally change up, or it might be on the actual camera, who knows. This is a work in progress for me and it's the first time, so bear with me, but yeah, like here we go, you're going to come along with me and see what it's like filming a wedding, I guess, so keep watching. It's a bit of a mystical, I think it's just maybe people arriving. Oh, it does. Well, that's been a quick change of events for the day so far. Here's hoping it stops. Just getting some detail shots and stuff for now before everything kicks off. I think it's 12:15 now, ceremony's 2 o'clock. So just capturing some details, just touch base with the photographer there as well. Just to have a little quick rundown, see whether everyone's happy with what's going to be the lay of the land, you know, in terms of setting up tripods and making sure we're not getting in each other's way. So yeah, going well so far. Do you want to vlog me? I'll vlog you. So just finishing up some last minute shots there, getting the groom getting ready, bride finishing touches with hair and makeup, and just getting the stuff ready now for the ceremony to kick off, getting the cameras in place, making sure the photographer's happy with where it's going to be, make sure nothing's going to be in shot. So yeah, we're pretty much flying at this point. We've been here pretty early, so there's a lot of things still to do. It always seems like a bad rush at the very last minute before all this kicks off, but yeah, just gonna get the tripod set up for those the ceremony and stuff like that right now. So everything's looking good, and to be fair, the weather's holding up, and that's all I can ask for right now, because I spoke to the photographer and he said that once the sun starts to go down for golden hour, like the kind of high grass that you've got there, we're going to get some class shots, so fingers crossed that that is the case. So I brought lights with me because I might set up for the guest book to be all nicely lit, and I have the absolute life. I mean, look at it, it's very basic, is what you need, and it was like 50 pence for one of these. It's apparently meant to be a shoe bag, but as you can see in here, I've got chargers, I've got a headset. Just, this is like a bits and bobs bag, and then for 50 pence, you can't go wrong. I think they've got smaller ones and larger ones, So I do have a smaller one somewhere, I think. But here we are. It's the Norton House Hotel and Spa in Ratho. I think I've been here once before for a wedding. Couldn't really remember it, but I came here now and there's loads of ground all the way around there, and there's loads of photo opportunities, and I quite like the look of this. Right over here, there's this, I don't know, I'm no like tree expert. Is it an oak tree? It kind of looks like one, but that little walkway there with the tree in the background, probably going to be a nice shot. So yeah, let's see how we get on.
Yeah.
Are you here all day, or you just
Yeah, until the end of the drink. Half 4 roughly. Yeah, if you want.
Good morning, I'm the celebrant. Liam. Eddie. Never remember you. I'm going to write them down.
I'll be fine, you'll remember me.
Just knock yourselves out to whatever you fancy.
Sounds?
Do you need to write me up?
Yes.
Or just,
Yes. So what would be, so I have a lavalier mic, so it's like the small little one that clips on, so have you got anything?
I don't have a battery. I don't have anywhere for a battery
So if you're comfortable with the clip one to go on,
Yeah.
I'll show you what I've got here. So if you like, is that alright? So what we'll do is before everybody kicks off, we'll just get that fired up there. As long as you're happy with that, aye, that's what I'll do for you. So we're currently on the hunt for a spot by the looks of things for the photos of the bride and groom with the dog, or dogs should I say, I think. It's quite a busy road, to be honest. Don't know why he's got them in the middle of the road, but here we are. Most of the stuff's out the way now, everyone's mingling. This is working an absolute treat and I love it already, and it's its first outing, so we want to talk about that. Just getting ready for the table preps, and then I'll be getting all the detail shots. Almost there, it's looking class. Got the station down here, I've got stuff charging, and then we're all kitted out. Hey boss! Camera. Oh, that's why they're not coming. Oh, you can go this way. Go on the peasants route. Up through the stones. So you could call this United and City, or you could call it, I don't know, Rangers and Kelly. No, Kelly, Partick. We've just attempted to do some shots down at this area. And to be honest, the more I think about it, it would have been nice to probably shoot up here, looking down at it, but we're on the move again, so we're far getting the steps in. So right now, we're just going to go and get detail shots inside before all the guests get in, so on the move again.
To say I was a proud mum when she graduated as a nurse is an understatement. Not sure.
So the last time I checked in, I'm trying to remember now, is with weddings, this stuff just kind of comes and goes, so it's hard to obviously keep track of time. It's always good getting in touch with the wedding coordinator, get them on board with yourself, and let them know like what your plan of action is for doing things, because they're very good at obviously keeping you in the loop. If you are away doing something else, they'll come over and tap you on the shoulder, let you know what the state of the play is. So just now we are waiting on everyone. They're just mingling, having drinks and just mingling and getting to know each other if they don't already. So yeah, waiting on the room being flipped and going back in, get some party shots. This has been an absolute, I think I said it earlier on, but honestly the new Z6 III that I'm rocking here compared to my OG Z6, it's been absolutely amazing. I've literally only had to change the battery on it twice inside, and the monitor battery twice as well. it's been amazing. Autofocus, the low light capabilities, everything about it is, and like I've recently got the Viltrox 20mm f2.8, and when I put that on here, even with the top handle and everything else that you see on here, obviously the 360 camera right now is just capturing behind the scenes. It is so light, it doesn't even, it's mental to think of like that it's full frame capturing 6K raw if I wanted to, but like it's such a powerhouse, man. It's, I absolutely love it. Like I said earlier, this is its first official, like, to be honest, this is the first time I'm actually testing it, and what a way to do it as well. I mean, like going in the deep end with a camera, although it's the same kind of systems and stuff that's inside from the original Nikon. Obviously there's certain things that are slightly different, but I've missed, well, to be honest, I never used to use autofocus because the other lenses that I've got that are f-mount, I usually just use them in manual focus anyway. But see, having autofocus, I mean, this is, sounds like, oh, what do you mean having autofocus? Like just having something that eye detect just picks them up. Even dogs, there was dogs here and it was just picking them up and snapping onto them. It's been amazing, and I just genuinely can't wait to start using this more. To be honest, I've stuck with the 24-70 f4 lens pretty much most of the day. I've went between that and a 50-250 for other shots, for like the B cam. I've used the 20mm that I was talking about, and anything else really I've not touched on. But yeah, really loving this so far. So that's my little kind of input into the camera. Not that you need it from me, to be honest, because there's multiple videos out there that big it up, and I mean, I am definitely going to be an advocate into this system, Nikon for that matter, because I know a lot of people, there's fanboys out there that don't really want to even mention Nikon in the same sentence. So yep, going back in, I'll check back in a wee bit. Just getting all the gear back in the bags, ready to hit the road after what was a very long day. And that's the wrap for today. What time are we on? 11:15. Kicked off here at 8:15. Well, there we have it. 11:30 at night. And we are just about at the house. And when I say just about the house, I'm literally just about to pull out of the street. Again, always put on like, oh, we'll be here for like 10 hours or something like that. I mean, we did arrive pretty early this morning. I think that was purely just on the basis of making sure we scoped out everything that we need to do and just assessed everything, because obviously it was the first time at the Norton, so just needed to make sure that, like, where everything was going to go and what the running order of the day was going to be like. So I'll know for next time that probably don't need to be there that early, because to be honest, by the time people were getting their makeup and their suits and stuff on, it was like a few hours before the actual ceremony started, which was at 2 o'clock. So there's probably no need to be there at, I think it was 20 to 9 by the time we got there. But it's a very long day, but it flies by, and so much so that the groom today asked me, like, oh, well, they were talking about food and I was like, oh, I've literally had nothing, and at this point it was before dinner was even getting started at this point. So we ended up getting fed anyway, which is always a bonus at these. Not that that's ever a deciding factor to be doing these in the first place. That's an actual bonus, to be honest. So yeah, it's almost like you get like a ticket to go around and try out all these venues, menus and stuff that they've got for their own food. But yeah, you may spend all day filming, and a lot of people think, oh, you've went filming, you've you've done the initial video, and I think that a video appears out of thin air, which it very much doesn't. Oh god, oh I forgot that was balanced on the screen there. So yeah, my goal tomorrow will be to get some sort of short teaser, either 30 seconds or a minute, out for the video for the couple to get sharing, and then work on a highlight reel for them, and then give them their full video as well, and try and get that done in a quick turnaround time, because in about 2 weeks we do this all again. That would have been a good time to end the video. A nice fade out of the light.